Alright, I think I got everything figured out this time. All the bugs fixed. So, let's go full screen. Hey, how's everybody doing today? See, I had a few goof ups there in the beginning, so I had to stop the stream and restart it a couple times there, but I think I got it all fixed now. Today I am going to be showing you my new Slimefoot deck, which me and my son Finn both have a Slimefoot deck. This is actually not showing up so great because it's a foil version. So, Slimefoot, he's a, was he a 2/3 creature? Black and green. And whenever a sapperling dies that I control, all my opponents lose a life, and I gain a life. For 4 mana, I can create a 1/1 sapperling creature. So, yeah, I mean, you guys already know how much I love sapperling decks, so I made him a commander, and the other day this thing crazy went off, so I'm like, okay, I gotta talk about it on my next show. So here we are. So let's get, nope, wrong one. Let's get to it. So, hey Finn, thanks for joining me. Finn, of course, my son, my biggest fan. So, he has a Slimefoot deck as well. So, he's totally psyched to see everything that's inside mine. And, like I said, if you saw our Facebook page, I posted a picture of my board state on when I was playing it on Saturday, and it was just ridiculous. I literally had, like, 40 sapperlings on the table. So it got pretty sick. So I gotta show it off. So that's Slimefoot. Let's put him in the corner and get into the basic land section of this. Plus, I will tell you guys that I got one of my ribs out of place today. So you may see me scream from time to time. Because when my back screwed up, it hurt a lot. So let's hope that my back doesn't freak out during this. But let's get through some of the basic land and see what we got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 forests. This deck relies a lot on green, so I put a lot of forests in there. So we got 19 forests, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 swamps. If you notice, it's mainly basic land in this deck. I only put 2 non-basic lands in there, and that was High Market. Add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, or tap it and sack a creature, I gain a life. Well, of course, with Slimefoot out there, if I'm sacking a creature, everyone's losing a life, and I'm actually gaining 2. So that worked out really well. And then this is going to be like literally one of my favorite non-basic lands real quick. Don't ask me, Zalfarin Void? This was out of Dominaria as well. When it enters the battlefield, I scry 1. And you tap to add 1 colorless. It's going to be an excellent card. I'm going to use it in a ton of decks. I instantly picked up 4 of them. I really want to find a foil one of these already because I know I'm going to be using this a lot. Because there's really no drawback. It's free scrying and colorless mana, so that's an awesome card. So that's all there is to the land in the deck. We got through it pretty quick this time. So we'll put all the land to the side right away, and I'm just gonna give it a quickity-dickety shuffle. Oh man, earlier when I had to take the kids to Taekwondo, and I coughed, and I don't know if you've ever had back pain and then coughed. It wrecks you. So, that was not a good time. Alright, so let's get to the non-creatures in the deck. So, mana is very important in this deck. I can't have enough mana on the table when I play this deck. So, I did a lot of things so that I could make as much mana as possible every turn. So, Cryptolic Rite, creatures I control have tapped to add 1 mana of any color to my mana pool. So, every creature now is in a mana dork. Song of Frailes. This is one of those new sagas, which I've never played a saga yet, so this will be very new to me. But until your next turn, creatures I control gain tap to add mana of any color. That's 1 and 2 in the saga. And then 3 is put a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control, and all those creatures gain Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible until end of turn. So they're all mana dorks, making a bunch of creatures off of Slimefoot's ability, and then they all get +1/+1, and I attack out and kill a few people on the board. So that is the plan with that. A couple of mana ramp spells. Not sure if I'm going to keep them in or not, but again, getting land on the table, getting mana ramp is important for me. So I got Rampant Growth. Search my library for a basic land card and put it into play tapped. Shuffle your library afterwards. And Nature's Lore. Search your library for any forest and put it into play. This does not count towards your 1 land per turn limit. Reshuffle your library afterwards. So you pay 2 to get 1 mana right back because it comes into play untapped. So I see that as pretty good. Again, only a couple of mana ramp spells, so I don't know if I'm going to keep them around. I might trade them out for other things later. We'll see how things go. Now we get into the token generators, right? So making more saprolings is always a good thing. Let's make sure the chat is working. I always like to double check the chat. Yep, so chat is working good. Also, if you guys have any suggestions while you're watching, please let me know, because I always like to get feedback from everyone on what I'm doing. So I appreciate that from everybody. Alright. So, we got Fist of the Ironwood, which is an enchant a creature. Fist of the Ironwood enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 green saproling creature tokens, and it gives enchanted creature trample. Good times. So tokens and trample to something. Saproling Migration. It creates 2 1/1 saproling creatures. If it was kicked, which kicker is 4, I create 4 tokens instead. 6 mana for 4 creatures. Decent value. Spore Swarm. It's an instant. Create 3 1/1 green saprolings for 4 mana. So, 4 mana for 3 creatures. Again, all good. Second Harvest. For each token I control, put a token into the battlefield that is a copy of that permanent. So basically doubling your tokens. That is something I'm going to mention right now. I do not have doubling season, nor do I plan on paying like $30 to $50 for a doubling season. So I'm hoping that when I buy some of the Battleborn packs, or yeah, is it Battleborn? I think that's the name of the new set. Battle, whatever it is, that I get one, because that will instantly go into this deck. But so instead I have Second Harvest for doubling tokens. Verdant Embrace. Enchant a creature. That creature gets +3/+3, and has at the beginning of each upkeep put a +1/+1 saproling creature token into play under your control. So again, making a bunch of saprolings, overrunning the board, and literally there's my overrun. All my creatures controlled get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. If I get that, that's an instant win because everyone's gonna die. Pretty much every green deck I do, I have to have Natural Order in there because I love this card. And there's a reason for this, because I gotta get some of my big saproling guys out there. but I sacrifice a green creature, search your library for a green creature card, and put it into play as though it were just played. Shuffle your library afterwards. So I sack a Saproling to go get something stronger, and I gain a life and everybody else loses a life. So these are kind of like my well, that's one of my sacrifice outlets. Necrogenesis. Pay 2, remove target creature card from a graveyard from the game, and I get a 1/1 Saproling. So graveyard removal. Again, 2 mana for 1 creature. Take it. Fungal Plots. 1 colorless and 1 green. Exile a creature card from my graveyard. Create a 1/1 Saproling. So I can either make Saprolings, or it has sacrificed 2 Saprolings. I gain 2 life and draw a card. So I have card draw. I also have a sacrifice outlet, which I do need, because if somebody does anything stupid or tries to kill me somehow or goes infinite, I can have a way to sack Saprolings to kill them. And I can make more Saprolings, so that's all good stuff. Here's another huge power-up, Coat of Arms. Each creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature in play of the same creature type. Well, I have a lot of Saprolings, so they get really big, really fast. I don't know why I always have so much trouble with the music when I'm streaming. So we'll forget about the music. I'm just gonna let it do whatever it does. And actually, I'm going to skip ahead here in the cards because Coat of Arms and also Conspiracy, which, as it comes into play, I choose a creature type, creatures I control, and cards in my graveyard and hand and library are all the chosen type. So I basically play this and say Saprolings. Now my whole deck are Saprolings, and they're all getting powered up from Coat of Arms. So, pretty good combination. Again, if everything's a Saproling, no matter what I play, Slimefoot's ability is going to trigger for everything. Even if Slimefoot dies, his ability is going to trigger. So, killing everybody off that way is fun as well. This was just in there for, again, a sack outlet. Altar's Reap. As an additional cost to Altar's Reap, sacrifice a creature to draw 2 cards. Defense of the Heart. Again, cards that go on every single green deck I've ever made, basically. During your upkeep, if one of your opponents control 3 or more creatures, sacrifice Defense of the Heart. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards, and put those creatures into play. Shuffle your library afterwards. So, great way to cheat stuff into play. I always have fun cheating with green. And I don't mind calling it cheating, because that's basically what I'm doing. So, I'm alright with that. Attrition. Again, another sacrifice outlet. Pay 1 black, sack a creature, destroy target non-black creature. Not sure if I'm going to keep this in the deck, but it was a decent sack outlet that I really haven't used in many decks, so I wanted to play around with it some. Costly Plunder. As an additional cost to cast Costly Plunder, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Again, usually sacking a Saproling to draw 2 cards. Beast Within. Destroy target permanent. Its controller puts a 3/3 green beast creature token into the battlefield. So some of my destruction cards. I have Beast Within in there. I have Go for the Throat, which is destroy target non-artifact creature. I love it when Carl plays this because he goes, go for the trout. He always says trout. Putrefy. Destroy target artifact or creature. It cannot be regenerated. Is regeneration really even a thing anymore? Do people regenerate anymore? I don't really think that they do. So, but it's in there for whatever it's worth. Gruesome Fate. This was a game ender, again, last time I played. Each opponent loses 1 life for each creature I control. So, Hello, Dabber85. We're going over some sick Slimefoot decks. So let me know if you have suggestions for the deck. I mean, I always like to have feedback, like I said. So yeah, thanks for joining and having fun with us. So each opponent loses 1 life for each creature you control. I played this kind of early last time I played the deck. I haven't played this deck very much, but every time I have, I've had stupid fun. I played this in fear of a board wipe, and I did 20 damage to each opponent because I had that many Saprolings in play. And it got to the point where if they did board wipe after that, Slimefoot was going to trigger 19 more times, so pretty much everybody was going to die at that point. So I kind of got the board in a good lock state, and I like that card. I knew the second I saw that was going in the deck. Awakening was a huge boost in this deck. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, untap all creatures and lands. Well, again, I have those things in here, like Cryptholic Rite, going with Slimefoot, which is making all my creatures mana generators. So every turn I am making more Saprolings, and then on your turn I'm making more Saprolings, on the next player I'm making more Saprolings, everybody's turn I'm making more Saprolings, then it comes to my turn, and Cryptholic Rite just kicks in and all my creatures are now mana dorks, and the board state just gets gigantic. I don't even care what the heck you're playing anymore, because you can't... And nobody gets rid of Awakening because they all want to be able to play their instance as well. Thanks, Finn. I can do it. So, and I did do it last time I played. So, that was a huge card for this deck. Dread Return. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. And Flashback, sack 3 creatures. Again, I needed some sack outlets, and that is 1. So... Again, wanting to sack my my Saprolings to be able to do stuff. I mean, I'll have so many of them, I won't know what to do with them. Why not bring back a creature? Grave Pact. Of course, with all the sack outlets, Grave Pact is always great. Whenever any creature I control is put into any graveyard, each other player sacks a creature. So that is good for me to deal with. Sacking creatures, gaining life, everyone taking damage. Soul Ring, of course. I had 2 colorless. That's one of my mana boosters. Ashnod's Altar. Okay, so I do know that there's the never-ending, the infinite combo with Ashnod's Altar, Slimefoot, and oh, there's one other card that I forget what it is. But basically it turns into you can sack a Saproling, get 4 mana, and just make another one, sack a Saproling, get more mana. So it's an infinite sack a Saproling to make a Saproling combo. But I do not put that in there because oh, it's this in doubling season. Because you'll sack 2 to make 1, which doubling season will give you a second token, so you'll make 2. So you sack 2, make 2, sack 2, make 2, sack 2, make 2, game's over. But I don't like putting combos like that in my decks, because I feel like I don't want to play against stuff like that, so why should I make anyone else do it? Then I have both tutors in here to get the pieces that I need to make the combos get stupid. Vampiric Tutor, pay 2 life, search my library for any 1 card, shuffle my library, then put that card on top of my library. Then of course the old school Demonic Tutor, search your library for a card, put it in your hand, shuffle your library afterwards. I've never understood why Vampiric Tutor is more expensive than Demonic Tutor. Like Demonic Tutor, they really haven't printed them anymore. Vampiric Tutors, they've brought back a couple times. And Demonic, it goes straight to your hand. If it's the whole 1 mana versus 2 mana thing, I mean, I can kind of understand that because I understand a lot how the super competitive decks are. The cheaper the better for casting costs, but I've always appreciated Demonic Tutor better. But there's my 2 tutors in there for cheap. So that is all the non-land or non-creature cards. Okay. So a lot of making saprolings, a lot of cheating some stuff into play, a lot of mana, all that kind of stuff. So we'll put that to the side. I'll give it a quick shuffle before we get into creatures, because of course after I play, or after I show off the deck, I always run it. Maybe add a few more sack combos like the Joda deck at the shop. The Joda deck. Apparently the chat, again, is not working on screen. I don't know why this thing will not cooperate with me. But, the Joda deck at the shop. I don't know the Joda deck, so I'm not familiar with what that is. I'm gonna see if I can fix the chat real quick. See if we get lucky here. Because I like your guys' comments. Walker's deck. Oh! Well, yeah, every time I go to the shop, Walker... Okay, this is funny with Walker, is he always has to leave at about 5 o'clock, and every time I get there is about 5 o'clock. So we always miss each other. We never end up being at the table at the same time. So I have not seen his deck. I have not played against him in quite a long time. So, that makes sense why I, don't know exactly what his deck is. I'm gonna do something real quick. Flip, flop. Flip. Flop. There we go. Got the chat working again. So maybe I'll have to look up to see what he's doing. I know he looked through my Slimefoot deck pretty quick, and he was digging it because I had a lot of old school cards like Llanowar Elves right here, since we're getting into creatures. So you tap to add 1 green to your mana pool. I got a lot of mana dorks in here again because I need lots of mana with Slimefoot running through. Birds of Paradise. Tap to add 1 of any color. Elvish Mystic, tap to add green. Quirion Elves, we've seen this in one of my other decks before. Add 1 mana. Okay, when he comes into play, choose a color. So you add 1, tap him to add 1 mana of that chosen color, or tap to add green. Sack combo kills. Yeah, I feel like I need more sack outlets, and there are a few that we're gonna get to pretty soon here. So you'll see them as creature sack outlets that are kind of interesting. So we'll get to them. We'll get to them soon. But this guy's always cool because he basically, you can tap him for 2 different colors. Always liked him in there. The Werebear, tap to add green. Heart Warden, tap to add green, or pay 2 and sack him to draw a card. So it's a good card draw if I need it. And then some Wood Elves. When it comes into play, search my library for a forest card and put it into play. Shuffle my library afterwards. The land comes into play untapped, so bonus. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana dorks. But again, pretty much anything can be a mana dork because of Cryptolic Rite. Okay, we'll also fast forward a little bit through here to this guy, which was part of my crazy going off combo the other day. Sentinel Hierophants. Each creature I control gains tap to add green to my mana pool. So again, making all my saprolings mana dorks, and everything else I have mana dorks. So, awesome. Great cards. Now we get into some of the things that affect saprolings. So we got a Spore Crown Thalid. Each other creature I control that's a fungus or saproling gets +1/+1. So power up my saprolings. Thelonite Hermit. All my saprolings get +1/+1. It's got a morph of 3 colorless and 2 green. When it is turned face up, put 4 1/1 green sapling creature tokens into play. So there's a lot you gotta do to get that to go off if you want it to make the saplings, but it's there as a good option. I haven't done a lot of things over the years with morph, so I don't know fully how I feel about that card, but at least it has potential to make a lot of saplings. Verdaloth the Ancient. Kicker X. So sapling creatures and other tree folk creatures get +1/+1. But when Verdaloth the Ancient enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, put X 1/1 green sapling creature tokens into the battlefield. So potentially I can have a ton of mana and just make a billion saplings when he comes into play. So, but he also costs 6 mana. It's only as you cast. Okay, it's not when you bring into play. So, person prefers swarming with the dragon blue-red deck. Yeah. Where's the swarm coming from? With the, I mean, just playing all your dragons. I mean, I've seen a lot of dragon decks that just drop a billion dragons, but I know blue and red can definitely make a bunch of tokens as well. I'm personally working on a, haven't decided what colors it's going to be. It's either going to be blue-red, black, or black-red, or it might just be red. I'm working on a artifact deck that works on having a billion artifacts. It's really hard to explain it right now, but it's going to have a lot of affinity for artifacts and things like that, so it's going to be, I'm not going to be swarm attacking, but having a billion artifacts is going to be advantageous for me. So I know that has nothing to do with what you were just talking about or what we were just talking about, but I just had to talk about a deck that I'm working on. I got all these creatures coming into play, so Essence Warden. Whenever another creature comes into play, I gain a life. Tukatung Thalid. Whenever this guy is put into the graveyard from play, put a 1/1 green sapling into play. Again, could be good, could be bad, I don't know. Deathbloom Thalid. When Deathbloom Thalid dies, create a 1/1 sapling. Could be good, could be bad. There's, you know, I'm still tweaking the deck, so trying to figure out what to put in, what to take out. Yavimaya Sapherd. When Yavimaya Sapherd enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 sapling. So 3 mana for 2 creatures. Pretty decent. Champion of Lambhold. Creatures with power less than Champion of Lambhold's power can't block creatures you control. Shut it down a lot, then you get Ugin. Who are you, Dabber85? I can't remember all these screen names, but I can tell that we've played a lot together. So I'm trying to figure out who this is. I think you know I'm horrible with names, so I think I know who you are, but I don't know. I wish you could switch people's usernames to their real names so we can remember who they are. So, but this guy, creatures with power less than Champion of Lambert's power can't block creatures you control, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, put a 1/1 counter on this guy. So he gets really big, really fast. Oh! What's up, Harry? Alright, cool, man. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot, you definitely love your dragons deck. So now that makes sense. Farika's Mender. When Farika's Mender enters the battlefield, you may return target creature or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. So this is one of the few recursion, or not recursion, I guess that's the right term, bringing stuff back from my graveyard. Again, I only had that one, and I had Where is it? I'm looking through the rest of the cards to the side here. There was that one flashback spell. Yeah, Dread Return. So that was my other bring things back from the graveyard. Regal Force. Of course, I'm making a gajillion Sapperlings. So whenever it enters the battlefield, draw a card for each green creature I control. I could potentially kill myself by drawing out with this card. So, God, there goes my back. So, I might have to put a Reliquary Tower in here since I don't have a lot of non-basic lands. We'll see. We'll see. Overgrown Armasaur. Whenever Overgrown Armasaur is dealt damage, create a 1/1 green Sapperling token. So again, ways to make Sapperlings. Spore Mound. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, play a Sapperling. So it's got landfall, create Sapperlings. Archfiend of Depravity. Okay, so this is a card that Finn gave me. Thank you, Finn. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player chooses up to 2 creatures he or she controls, then sacrifices the rest. So this gives me a full board of creatures, and everyone else goes down to 2. Interesting card. It's one of my few mass destruction spells, type spells. So I know when it's hit the table, I've heard a lot of grunts and groans. So then that means definitely it's a good card. Super cheap to get, by the way. Zealotport Cutthroat. Whenever this creature or another creature I control dies, each opponent loses a life and I gain a life. So, again, in a token deck, definitely need that in there. Here's some of my sack outlets. We got Whisper, Blood Liturgist. Sacrifice 2 creatures, return a creature from my graveyard to the battlefield. So, that goes with bringing things back. Pay 1, Undercity Informer, pay 1, sack a creature, target player reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card, and puts all of it in the graveyard. So essentially I can deck someone. Pay 2, sack a creature, draw a card on the Thallid Soothsayer. Thallid Devourer. A card I would never thought I would play. Anything from Fallen Empires, yeah, never thought I would play it. During my upkeep, put a spore counter on Thallid Devourer. Pay 0, remove 3 spore counters from Thallid Devourer, and put a Sapperling token into play. Pay 0, sack a Sapperling to give Thallid Devourer +1/+2 until end of turn. It's there for a sack outlet, okay? Michael off. Devour 2. When it comes into play, Devour is not anything that I was familiar with. So Devour 2, as it comes into play, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature comes into play with twice that many +1/+1 counters on it. At the beginning of my upkeep, put that many 1/1 Sapperlings into play equal to the +1/+1 counters on it. Use that card once, the first card was a land. For, oh, with the Undercity Informer? Yeah, I gotcha. So that potentially can make a lot of Sapperling, a lot of risk, but a lot of reward from that. Skull Mulcher, Devour 1. When Skull Mulcher comes into play, draw a card for each creature it devoured. So again, 2 more sack outlets. Card draw. Viscera Seer. Again, you guys know how much I love to scry. So you sack a creature, scry 1. Thallid Omnivore, pay 1, sack another creature. Thallid Omnivore gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it was a Sapperling, I gain 2 life. So technically, if it's a Sapperling, I gain 3 life and everyone loses 1 life. And then a Tender Shoot Dryad. Okay, here we go into my my big Sapperling creature guys. So, hold on, I'm checking something. There we go. So we got Tender Shoot Dryad, Ascend. If I control 10 or more permanents, I get the City's Blessing. Here's my foil City's Blessing. Woohoo! And then at the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 Saproling. Saprolings I control get 2/2 as long as I have the City's Blessing. Well, I'm always going to get Ascend, and I get a 1/1 Saproling on each player's turn. There's my other favorite. Everyone knows how much I love Verdant Force. Does the same thing during each player's upkeep. I get a 1/1 Saproling. So these are the two guys that I instantly go for with Defense of the Heart. Because they'll both hit play. I'll be getting 2 Saprolings every turn, and then Slimefoot will be out there as well, so it's just Saprolings everywhere. So, now that we've gone through the deck, I'm going to do a shuffle of it all, and we're going to do a few playthroughs, so you can kind of see some sample hands like I always do. And we'll see if I get the perfect draw again like I did the other day. I mean, basically went off so hard that, like I said, I have as many Saprolings as I've been able to find. I mean, look, I have all these. And I literally had every single one of these on the board to the point of I had to start taking them off because, and I like to overload the board with cards like that. I mean, yes, it does make me look more of a threat on the board, but it's just more fun for me instead of just using dice. So it got to the point where I couldn't even tell what I had on the board anymore because every card was covered by a Saproling, and Saprolings were covering Saprolings. So I eventually had to start taking some off and making dice. It looks like somebody's trying to sneak in here. What's up, buddy? Okay. Well, you can come say hi. We got some people watching. I'm just doing some deck shuffling. Did you get tired? You still watching, Dad?
My phone is in my room.
Okay. Everybody knows Finny. Say hi to Finn. Say hi, Finn. Sounds like he got tired today. He had a busy day, his first day out of school. So, because he finished his school year yesterday. What am I hoping for in my hand? I am hoping for one of each color land.
Did you get my
I did, they are on there. I'm hoping for a Cryptholic Rite.
I said,
and,
you can do that.
I know, I saw it. And I read it. And, oh look, see, you said hi, Finn. That's Harry. I think you've met Harry before. Played with him a couple times, maybe.
I see him.
But yeah, basically a forest, a swamp, Cryptholic Rite. That's basically all I need, and I'm happy. And possibly some kind of sack outlet, just for backup. But really, if I get anything that makes my guys all turn into mana dorks, and I get one of each color land, I'm happy. You gonna brush in the other bathroom? Okay.
The next time I come in here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get something else.
Okay. Okay, so who's ready for a sample hand? Let's see what we can do here. Got it shuffled up good enough.
I want to come back, Daddy.
Okay, well, why don't you just go brush your teeth? And then come back. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7.
She's doing nails and she needs
I gotcha. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, even though I got one land, I mean, on the sample runs, I just run with it. This is actually almost a perfect hand. As long as I get another land or two, I am totally fine with this. So watch. First, I got a Forest, Birds of Paradise, Song of Freyles, Gruesome Fate, Overgrown Armosaur, Farrakhan's Mender, and Tendershoot Dryad. So, let's hope that this is a land on the first draw. It is not, but I'll play a Forest, tap, Bird of Paradise. So there's my 2 colors of land, right? Turn 2, draw, Seraph and Void. So I'll play it, scry 1. It's a high market. I'm okay with that. I will put the high market back on top of my deck. I have 3 mana already. So I could... And I will actually play for 3. I'll play a Wood Elf. Put that Forest into play. I know that messes with the scry 1 that I already just did, but that's okay, because it was just another land, and I'd rather have an actual forest out there. So this was turn 2, and I have 4 mana. Okay.
How do you have 4 mana and you only had 2 turns?
Because I played a land and I played this guy that makes mana when I tap him. And then the next turn, I paid 3 and played this guy that lets me go get a forest.
This is what I'm
Okay. Yeah, Finn has a Slimefoot deck too that he likes to play. So that's fun. We have a lot of fun playing with Slimefoot, don't we?
I have a cool box.
Yeah, you do. Alright, so turn 3. Draw. There's a swamp. So even if my Bird of Paradise was gone, I still got my swamp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Why not? We'll play a Tendershoot Dryad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll pretend that we're playing with 3 other people, right? So with 3 other people, I would have had 3 more tokens. Comes to my turn, 4th token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got the City's Blessing. Okay, so that was turn 3. You see how this gets out of control real fast. Turn 4. Already got my sapling there. Here's another land. So turn 4, we're going to do this. We're going to go 1 and a green for Song of Freyles. 1, 2, 3. We're going to play a Slimefoot. And then we're going to... we're going to sit right there because we're going to have another round go around the table, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 more saplings. Basically every time around now I have 4 more mana dorks. So before the end of everybody's turn, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Make another one. So right now I just got that much more on the board. This is turn... Is this turn 5? Oh yeah, I totally use this deck at the shop. This is one of my new decks, and I played it. I've literally played it twice. Once a couple weeks ago when I first made it, and then Saturday when I played it, it did something like this, and no one shut it off. So again, play another, draw my card. I can, at this point, make all my saplings 4/4s. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures on the board. What I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna make another sapling. I'm gonna make another sapling. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. Make another sapling. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 creatures on the board. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna Gruesome Fate for 16. Everybody lose 16 life. Of course I'm gonna get attacked a lot, but again, every turn, every person's turn, I'm making another sapling. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Because of Tender Shoot Dryad, right? And then all that stuff on taps. You see how there's like ridiculous amounts of cards on the board. Trying to keep it all organized. Turn 6. We draw another forest. That's fine because I like mana. And, well, heck. Why wouldn't I just morph? 3, 4, 5. Morph. Get 4 more saplings. And you see what's happening here, okay? You kind of get it. Turn 6. I'm out of control with saplings. Even if you board wipe at this point, I think somebody's gonna die, because I already did, what did I say, 16 to somebody? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And I could 1, 2, 3, 4, 37, 38, 39. In response to someone board wiping, I could make enough tokens to do 42 damage to everyone, or get it up to 42, and yeah, there you go. So that's that was a good run. I told you that was a good hand. So let's run it again and see if it does it again. Now the only thing that can really mess up the deck is people getting Slimefoot off the table before they board wipe or anything like that. So I really don't have a way to protect Slimefoot. That's why I want sack outlets to be able to have a way to, if somebody does something to Slimefoot, to still have everything go off. So that is my only concern or weakness in the deck, and I don't feel like putting Swiftfoot Boots in every single deck, and I don't feel like putting the other one. Oh, there's Swiftfoot Boots, and there's what's the other one? Anyway, I just don't like putting all the same cards in every single deck. Yeah, he's totally wide open to get knocked out of the game, but that's part of the fun and riskiness of playing the way that this thing plays. So we're shuffling up again to run another sample hand and see if we can do that again. So by the way, whoever's watching, I know Harry's here, Finn's here, Ashley's here. Please tell your friends about my channel and have them follow as well, because I'm still trying to build something here with this channel. Trying to get it going. I mean, I've been doing this maybe I think I'm coming up on the 3rd month here. But I need all the help I can get and all the support I can get from everybody and all my friends. So, please tell anyone else you know to follow me. I'd appreciate it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see this sample hand. We got a Mana Dork again, Necrogenesis, Spore Hollow Thallid, Swamp Forest Swamp, and a Spore Swarm. So this could be an interesting hand. We'll see what I get. Draw a card. And I don't want it to draw any more lands, so we're going to do one. We're going to do Mana Dork, right? Turn 2. Oh, I'm getting so much land, I don't know what to do with it all. At this point, even with 3 mana, I'm not going to play Slimefoot this early. Well, maybe I will. Play Slimefoot on turn 2. Hey, you back?
Mm-hmm.
What you need?
Daddy.
Okay, good night, buddy.
Daddy.
I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so that's turn 2. Yep, here, stay here in the mic. So, turn 3. Play another forest. I keep getting all lands. This turn, I would 1, 2, 3, 4 on someone else's turn and play a Spore Swarm. Getting 3 Saprolings. Turn 4? Oh, look at all this land I'm getting. Too much. Can't do anything fun. Well, okay. I'll do this. Spore Crown Thallid, at least power up all my Saprolings. So now they're all 2/2s. This is a little weaker start, as you can tell. I still have 3 mana left, so I could throw out a Necrogenesis. Remove target creature in a graveyard, put a 1/1 Saproling into play. So I have some good interaction going here, but you can tell it's nothing like that last hand. They pull another land. Jeez. And I got all land in my hand. That's not good. You're flowing in mana. I have Newmont on the opposite side of your ruined. What? So at least at this point, I can make a Saproling and remove something from someone's graveyard that somebody else hopefully put there, so we'll put another one out there. Draw again. Next turn, it better not be a land. It's not. Farika's Mender. Because usually people don't like this. So I would assume that this is in the graveyard by now. Play another land. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Newmont on the opposing side and you're ruined. Or a card that destroys lands. Oh, yeah, but if you notice, nobody at the shop really plays land destruction for the most part. Because we all know that it annoys all of us. I mean, I did make a deck that deals with some land destruction, but I have yet to really play it that much. Man, this deck is just making mana all darn day. That was not a good play. So let me try it. At least I was doing things, so that's good. Let me try it again and see see if we get another good hand. Yeah, everyone hates land destruction. Like I think I came in there with a deck that was like a lot of land destruction. And usually when you play that kind of stuff, either you become the target real quick, or everyone just quits. For example, I love it when Robbie would play. He would play Avacyn, and then he would Armageddon. And so all of his stuff is indestructible, and it was destroy all land. and then the game just pretty much ends because everybody quits because they can't do anything. And he's just going crazy. So you don't see a lot of people play land destruction just because it is that annoying. So I would not recommend doing that. Unless you're playing in a super competitive format, or people that are super competitive, I would not recommend a deck that is built around land destruction. Just because you're going to make a lot of people angry. But I did put Dingus Egg in there at least, so that, you know, when 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Typically I go, my streams are about an hour, hour and a half, because, you know, I got a family. So I got to take care of them as well. I can't just sit here and play Magic all night or play video games all night. Which on Tuesdays I do Magic, Wednesdays and Thursdays I do retro games. But my wife Ashley has been joining me on the retro gaming. So if you're working on a deck with land destruction, make sure to put Dingus Egg in it. Dingus Egg is an artifact where when a land goes to graveyard, it deals 2 damage to that player. So make sure that that is in there if you're doing it. Otherwise, everyone will just rage quit. So, alright. So we got an interesting hand here with a Swamp, a Soul Ring, Fungal Plots, Spore Crown Thalid, Beast Within, Undercity Informer, and Farkar's Mender. So let's draw a card and hope it's a forest. Turn 1. Oh boy. So at least Swamp and Soul Ring. Turn 2. Oh shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can at least throw out an Undercity Informer so that there's at least a blocker out there. Turn 3. Yeah, Regal Force. That is a great draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to sit here and do nothing. Turn 4. A Verdant Force. Well, I am going to just plain die. Turn 5. Another Swamp. I can't do anything with black. I need green. Turn 6. Turn 7. Turn 8. I always do it. Demonic Tutor for a forest. And at that point, I would have just, like, quit because I would have been dead anyway. So you see how the deck can either go completely insane or it can do stall and do nothing. And that's the fine line I'm trying to fix. Is the stall and do nothing. That's where I feel like I need to figure out how to make the deck a little more consistent, and I don't know exactly what to put in to fix some of that. You know, it's only a 2-color deck, so I shouldn't have any mana issues, but I'm also just doing quick shuffles to mess around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there we go. That's a good hand because I got both colors and I got a mana dork. So draw. Oh, that's great. 1. Bird of Paradise. Turn 2. Swamp. We will. Oh wow. This is great. Okay, Nature's Lore. Search and get a land, right? Or forest, right? Forest and put it into play. So there we go. And then watch this. See, and then the deck comes back and does something like this. Because this is turn 2. And Queer on Elves saying black. So turn 3, I have 5 mana. Or turn 3, I have 6 mana. I think it's gonna be the last sample hand I run. I might show off the little bit of that stupid deck that I'm working on. I'm not sure, but I just have fun doing this. Like I'll do this all day by myself when I can't get anywhere to play. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll play a champion, a Lambolt, and I'll play Slimefoot, which will put a counter on that. So basically, stopping things from blocking at this point. So this is turn 4? Turn 4. Turn 4. Oh man, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Verdant Embrace on Champion of Lambolt. So he's already a 5/5. Now we run around the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. See what I get next. So he's a 6/7. He's a 9/9 that basically can't be blocked by anything at this point. Draw. Ashnod's Altar. Okay, so you ready to see why Ashnod's Altar is so good? 3. Ashnod's Altar. Okay. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah. Okay. You ready for this? Ashnod's Altar, I would have done 1, 2, 3. Then we do a 1, 2, 3, sack 2 of these to make 7 mana for a Verdant Force. Now every turn, I'm getting 2 Saprolings. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Ashnod's Altar. I pretty much won the game at this point. So I can attack somebody for like a gabillion there, attack for 7 with him, can't be blocked. I can attack with all my Saprolings, well except for 2 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me draw my card, see what I get. It's just a forest. So 8. 8 and 7, that's 15. So that's enough to kill 1 person. And then I get to the point of sack 2 Saprolings, make 1. So let's see how many times I can do that. 1 time, 2 times, well, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times. 9 times. So I just did 18 more damage and gained 18 life from sacking off Saprolings and making more. 20 times. So 20 times. So then every turn I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next time around to me. And I get a high market to gain just more life and make more Saprolings, and yeah, that's win. That's win. So you can see like I had 2 bad draws, but then I ended up with another good run. So that was cool. I like this deck. It's stupid fun. It's annoying, stupid fun. Makes lots of Saprolings, makes stupid amounts of tokens. It's a good time. I enjoyed it. So, alright, should I take the time to, what should I do next? I don't know, I think that's just about it for Slimefoot today. But you see that it's a good deck, it's a fun deck. It's got a couple of spots that can probably be improved upon. I just don't know what to switch out into it. But I think that is about all I'm going to run today, because I'm sure you guys are sick of watching me just run hands. But next week, on Tuesday, of course, at 9 o'clock, I always do at 9 o'clock. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 9 o'clock. Tuesdays I always do Magic. Wednesday, Thursday I do video games, old school gaming. But I will be doing, not that, Not that. Not that. This one. I will be running, I might do my Thrax deck. Thraxamundar or, Nekazar. Might do one of my, like, ultimately tough decks. Just to see what people think of that. So, remember to follow if you're not following. Tell your friends, please. And tune in next time where the gaming never ends as long as you press continue. See you next time. Whoop whoop.